Well, hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here and
Suffolk Amy.
and we are at
Brandeston All Saints.
and we're here because of the vicar who was here and the Witchfinder General. So
the vicar was John Lowes, and he was vicar here from 1596 to 1645, and he died at 80 years old.
well, yeah, he didn't die at 80 because he had no choice.
Why did he die?
Right.
What were the reasons?
Right, this was at the time of the Puritans, and John Lowes, the vicar here, was falling out with his parishioners because he was old school and they wanted the new Puritan. So Matthew Hopkins turned up, the Witchfinder General, and put the old boy to torture. And he kept him awake for several days and made him walk up and down until he couldn't take any more. And he confessed to some very strange things. One of the things he confessed to, that he actually sunk a ship in Harwich Harbour. He made cattle ill in the area, and he had inappropriate interactions with imps. Okay? So they took him away from here to Framingham Castle, which is not far from here, and floated him, which they mean they chucked him into the moat. And if he'd have sunk and drowned, he was innocent. If he floated, he was guilty. And the old boy floated. So then they took him to Bury St Edmunds and put him on trial for witchery. And he was found guilty, of course, and he was hung. At the time, because he was then a devil worshipper, no vicar could actually do the rituals for his own funeral. So the old boy, just before he was hung, done his own funeral service under the gallows. So that's the story of this church. So we thought we'd just come out, give it a look, see what we can find, Amy.
Yep.
Okay, let's get on with the investigation.
Okay. Hello, every spirit. Suffolk Amy here. If there is anybody who still resides on these grounds, if you are here and you would like to tell me that you're here, could you cross these rods over one another, please, so they form an X? Could you do that? Sort of move them closer. Yeah, that will do. That will. Okay. Why? Why does it do this? Okay. Could you then please try and put these out straight again, the way they were at the beginning? Could you try and straighten them out? Let's do the right one first again. There's some pheasants or something over there. Okay, yep, that's one of them. Oh. Okay.
Ask them if they're pointing in the direction when the grave is. If they are, can they put them out straight again?
Yeah, are you pointing over there for a specific reason? If you are pointing over there for a reason, could you put the rods out straight so they're out in front of me again? I will remember where you're pointing, but could you put them out straight if that's where you're pointing for a reason? Go and right one first again.
Can you put them straight, please? Can you put them straight again, please? So we know it's you. That would be appreciated. And we might be able to come and talk to you.
Can you point them towards Suffolk Andy? Can you point to where he is? And then we can go over to where you're pointing to. If you'd like us to go over there, can you put them straight ahead of me? Oh, they're just wavering. I don't know. I mean, we could try it. Seems quite adamant. Because there is that one that's just in the middle there.
This one here?
Oh no, just as I started saying that, it's pointing more this way. Okay. I guess we could try and find it.
Can you ask them to point to where the actual grave is?
Okay, so if we've come over here, is it because you are buried on this side of the church? Can you cross the rods if you are? Yep, okay. Could you point again to where your actual gravestone is, if you have one, or where your grave is if you don't, kind of in the general direction so we can get an idea, because then we might be able to figure out who you are. Could you point them in the general direction again? Can you point them both? Oh. Well, I've got a choice of 4 from where I'm looking at right now, so that's narrowed it down quite a bit.
Walk into the middle of the middle part of it, and then we try again.
Yeah. Okay, so we're now more in the general area of where you were pointing. Could we ask you now to be quite specific? I'm between 2 graves right now, and then there's another couple behind Suffolk Andy. So if you could point both the rods, try and be as specific as you can to where you are buried, or where your gravestone is. It's gone that way again.
I think
There's
we're
that
on.
one there. Can you point the other rod as well, please? Can you move that one too? You're trying to. Can you pull it round? The lights reflect off it. It's hurt my eye.
Ask them if it's the grave to your right.
Yep. So if you are buried at the grave on my right, could you put these both out straight again, please? Can you point them straight ahead if that is your gravestone? Can you point them out straight?
No, it's the wind's getting up.
The wind is going up, yeah. And do you know, I've just had another cockerel off in the distance. Did you hear that as well?
Yeah, we
They're
had a
following
plane
us.
as well, haven't we?
And a plane. I really don't. It's stuck over that way.
What I'm going to try and do now is to see if the crystal can work a little bit better than the Dowsing rods. So we're at a grave here now. We're not sure. We can't say it is, but we're going to see if we can make that communication again and see if we can make that link. Alright, let's get the crystal to spin. If I'm still talking to the spirit that Amy and myself were talking to with the Dowsing rods, can you please stop this crystal, please? Can you please stop the crystal? Thank you very much. Can I ask you, is your name Robert? If your name is Robert, you spin this crystal. If it's Robert. If it's Robert, will you spin this crystal, please? Robert Adams. If it's Robert Adams, will you spin this crystal, please? Don't think it is, Amy.
No?
If it's Robert Adams, will you spin this crystal? Oh, I don't know.
Do you know the battery's gone down the whole bar already?
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Brand new battery as well. Can you spin it a bit more, please? If it's Robert. Thank you very much. Was you 67 when you passed over from this life? If you was, will you stop the crystal? Yeah?
Wow.
Well, thank you very much. And the year was 1824, Amy, do you think on there?
I think it's 1884, I do believe.
Is it 1884? Oh, that's the wind. That's the wind.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? When I mentioned that, oh, there's a tractor now.
Love it.
The wind has got right up as soon as I mentioned that.
Yeah.
(1864) did you say?
1884.
1884. Is that the right date? Oh, this is ridiculous. The noise round here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Robert, I'm going to stop for a bit because there's so much noise. I'll be back to you in a sec if you can bear with us. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. What's happened is I was just standing here and I had my crystal in my left hand just hanging down and it started to spin really violently. So, and it was just here. The spirit that just made my crystal spin, can you spin it again for me please if you're still here? Can you make it spin please? Thank you very much. Thank you. Can you make it spin? That's lovely. Thank you. We can talk. Thank you. If this is that Robert?
Yeah.
Is that Robert? Can you stop this please? If that's Robert, can you stop this? If it's Robert? Oh, Robert, you're still with us, mate. Thank you very much. Now what's happened is we've stopped filming because there's somebody raking the driveway and it's so noisy. So we thought we'd just see if we could sort of outweight them. But Robert is still with us. Thank you, Robert. I know we're a bit further away from your grave. Can you spin it, please? Definitely. Thank you very much. Now I'm not... Robert is doing this completely on his own. He's not using my energy as such. Thank you, Robert. Can I ask you a question? Did you used to worship at this church? Did you used to come here and worship? If you did, will you please stop the crystal? Thank you very much. Did you worship here all your life? If you worshipped here all your life, will you spin the crystal? If you worshipped here all your life, will you spin the crystal? A little bit of wind getting up again every time you ask questions where these gusts of wind. So you... That's better. Thank you, Robert. Thank you. Robert, did you ever marry? If you married, can you spin this crystal, please? Can you spin this crystal if you ever got married? Oh, thank you very much. Oh, did you notice that?
Yep.
As soon as I asked that question, the wind just went nuts.
Mhm.
Thank you. So, is she buried in this churchyard, Robert? Is she buried here? Is she buried near your grave? Is she near your grave, Robert? Because we'd like to find her name if we could. Now it's just really another car. Is she buried near your grave? If she's buried near your grave, will you spin the crystal, please? So you're saying that she's buried in this churchyard, but not near you. Is that true? Is that true? Can you spin this crystal? So she's buried here, but not near him.
That's odd.
It's odd. Robert, did she die or pass over before you? If she did, will you stop this crystal? So you was a widower. You was a widower. If that's true, will you spin the crystal, mate? Will you spin the crystal if you was a widower? And you see how it's going again?
Yeah.
Can you spin the crystal if you was a widower? Thank you very much. Did you have any children? If you had children, can you stop the crystal, please? If you had children. Thank you very much. Now I know your children have passed over. Are they buried in this churchyard? Are they laid to rest in this lovely churchyard? If they are, will you spin my crystal, please? Thank you very much. Thank you. Can I ask you, were you part of the gentry of this area? Was you part of the gentry of this area? If you was, will you spin the crystal? Was you, and this is no disrespect, was you the middle of society here? Was you a farmer? You was a farmer? You spin the crystal, please. Yeah? So you farmed this land in this area. In your day, it must have been very hard work. Very hard work. Did you do well out of it? Did you do well? If you done well, will you stop the crystal? Thank you very much. Robert, if you're still with me, will you spin this crystal, please? You spin this crystal, Robert, if you're still with me. It seems to me you don't like the Dowsing rods. You don't like the Dowsing rods. Do you find this crystal easier to talk to me? If you do, will you stop the crystal? Yeah. I'm very sorry, Robert, but we'd like to be by your grave, but we can't at the moment. We're quite a way away because there's a man on a tractor. You wouldn't have known what a tractor was in your farming days. You used to use horses. Did you used to use horses on your farm? Did you use horses on your farm to do the ploughing? If you did, will you spin the crystal, please? So was you a ploughman? Did you used to do the ploughing yourself? If you did, will you spin this crystal? Yeah, look.
Wow.
It must have been very, very hard work. Very hard work. Not like tractors today.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon his main sort of crop would have been? Do you think it would have been animal farming?
Did you produce more arable crops like corn, barley, root crops? Am I on the right way of saying that sort of stuff? More arable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you must have had some farm animals. Did you have cows for milk? Did you have a cow for milk or cows for milk? If you did, will you stop the crystal? Yeah.
What about like chickens and stuff?
Did you have...
I like
Amy
chickens.
wants to know. Just let these cars go by. Amy wants to know if you had chickens.
I love chickens.
She likes chickens. Did you have chickens on your farm?
Yeah.
Yay! Amy says yes. Can you stop? You like chicken stew? Yeah, we all do. We like the eggs and the nice bit of roast chicken. Did you have, if you had pigs, did you have some pigs? If you did, will you stop the crystal flares? Seems to me, Robert, you had everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. I wonder, did you have sheep? Did you have any sheep on your farm? If you had sheep on your farm, would you spin the crystal? Nah, I
Ooh,
didn't think you did.
No sheep.
I didn't think you did. You have to hold my arm there because it's starting to ache.
What about cows?
Did I say cows?
Did you say
For
cows?
milk, yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
did.
you did.
Yeah, you had
What other
cows.
farm
You know that.
animals are
Huh?
there? Goats?
I bet you didn't have a goat. If you had a goat, will you spin the crystal?
Goat.
Do you have any goats? No, I didn't think you would. Robert.
Ducks?
Oh well, I'll ask you, did you have any ducks? Did you have a pond with some ducks on it?
Oh, what about a dog? Would you have a farming dog?
Did you have a dog? Did you have a farming dog? Do you have a dog? I think you did.
Yeah.
Start to spin, yeah. Thank you, Robert. Right, we've come to the end of the investigation. A bit of a mixed bag. It's been a bit of a struggle to do an investigation. We've had every single noise. We've had a bloke trying to do the gravel on the drive in the school. We've got cars coming past.
Constant cars.
Constant.
Helicopter just went over.
Helicopter
as well.
just went over with a plane. It's just crazy here, and we are in a quiet part of Suffolk.
Yeah.
No.
Quiet.
No. Going back to the investigation, the reason we came over here was because of the link with the Witchfinder General. But we did get in touch with one spirit here, Robert Adams.
Yep.
Who spoke to Amy first and took her to his grave, which he found. And but all the noise kept interrupting everything we were doing.
Yeah. It did.
But it was funny because Amy was going around doing some shots, and I walked across right over there, and I had my crystal in my hand, and it started to spin. And Robert was back with us the other side of the graveyard, and we had a really, really good session. And spoke to him for quite a while. Personally, when we got here, I didn't really pick up anything at all. What about you, Amy?
It's calm.
Calm.
Yeah, it's nice and calm, apart from the noise. Atmospherically, it's calm.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, it was nice to get in touch with Robert. We spoke to him at length. What do you think about that?
I love the fact that he had chickens. That just made me so happy. That's made my day. That's actually made my day. I love chickens. But yeah, I think he followed you because he likes you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're kind of similar
Farmer?
ages, and your farmer get up you've got
Got
going
your
on
farmer
right
get
now.
up, you see.
So yeah, I reckon so.
But with that, I would say that I don't think this place is overly charged. I don't think it's a haunting.
No.
No, there's no haunting here today anyway. I'm not saying there's never, but there's not. I can think of a lot worse places to go to, even at night time. I don't think you'd be too freaked out here at all. It's very quiet, very mundane. And yes, we did get in touch with Robert, but that was, the icing on the cake, really.
We didn't find the vicar dude.
The vicar dude, John Lowe's.
That's the one. We didn't.
John Lowe's.
Didn't find him.
The vicar dude.
Didn't find
What's she
him.
like, eh? No, I didn't expect we would, but if you're into Witchfinder General, this is a place to come. I think the old House of Hammer film that they made, Witchfinder General, I think there was a part in that where the vicar was tortured and hung. And if you want to, you can come to this place, All Saints, and it actually did happen here. So, it's historically, it's the place to come if you're into Witchfinder General.
And it looks really cool as well.
It looks cool, yeah. Right, before we go, this is probably the last one we will be doing.
Before Christmas.
Before Christmas.
Not ever.
Not ever.
Well, everyone sit back down, calm down.
Yeah, this will probably be the last one before Christmas. So with that, Amy, are you going to give everybody a happy...
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hopefully next year will be a bit of a better one, and maybe if things go well we can meet up with some of you guys, get some cool new investigations done. We have a growing list of places to visit and topics to discuss, so many more video ideas. It will just be nice to get out and not be freezing cold. So
Yes, I've got absolutely 2 hands that feel like screaming lumps at the moment.
I can't feel my face.
You can't feel your face.
No.
I can't hardly feel my hands. But yeah, so with that, again, happy Christmas, happy New Year, and hopefully next year we'll be able to meet up with 1 or 2 of our subscribers and do a few investigations around Suffolk. So with that,
Yep. Although it's the festive season, stay spooky everyone.
stay spooky.
Bye!
Is there anybody else here?
Mary, was that you?
If there's anybody here from the spirit world who'd like to talk to us, we come with love and peace.
A lot of people who are alive at the moment constantly ask the question of is there life after death? Do you know the answer to that?